Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to run through how you could use a playlist through Hub to create the Carlam learning resources that will support students in the preparation for the examinations come May-June time. Now, a playlist is a fantastic tool which allows you to collate resources, content and web sources from various areas and pulling it together into a single resource that can be shared with users from across Wales. Now, being a Hub tool, you'll need to log into Hub initially to gain access to the playlists. After logging in, the playlist icon will appear within the menu dashboard. Once you've found it, click on it and gain access to the playlist area. Within Hub, there are a number of resources available that can support and guide you through how to create a playlist. And I'll share those web links and resources with you. However, in this video, I'm going to go through the different elements when creating a playlist, which will allow you to pause the recording and build your resource as you're listening to the video. So after accessing the playlist area, you'll land in the playlist dashboard. And this is where all existing or new playlists will exist. So this means that if you haven't finished the playlist and you want to get back to it, this is where you would find the playlist. In this area, this is also where you would start and create a new playlist. To do this, click on Add New on the right-hand side of the page. Then click Add a New Playlist. The next thing you need to do is to give the playlist a title. So I'm just going to call it Stephen Test and then create the playlist. Once you've done this, as you can see, the playlist has been created and it's currently empty. So the next step is to start building the playlist by adding slides or pages to the playlist and then adding content to those pages. When building and creating your playlist, like I mentioned during our initial meetings, please make sure that you've got the content ready to add to the playlists. Now it's time to start adding the slides or the pages to the playlist. Now, all the options, all the page types are located on the right-hand side of the page. Now, I'm going to go through these icons initially. Some of them may be relevant to your learning resource, some may not, but we'll run through them quickly and you may consider in using them within your playlist. So the first one is a Google search. Now, if you want to add a web page within your playlist, then you can search for that web page within Google. Alternatively, if you know the URL or the website address, then you can search for that or add that URL. So if I just type in the e-sgol website and click search, the website will appear and then I would just drag the slide or drag the page into the playlist. And that's my first slide, my first page. You could also search for a YouTube clip. So if you've got any relevant YouTube videos that you'd like to add to the playlist, then go to the video within YouTube and then copy the URL. Or if you just search for, if I type in e-sgol, as you can see, these are some videos from our YouTube video. And again, I can just drag those pages into the playlist. I would say that the YouTube and adding a website to your playlist are probably the two most relevant and useful links within these icons up in the top here. If you do choose to use the other ones, fantastic. But like I mentioned in our initial meetings, it's not essential to add a YouTube clips or a website to the playlist. These are just possible options. The final icon on the right-hand side of the page is where the most useful and the page type that you would probably likely to be using within the playlist exist. So if I click on add page type, as you can see, these are the different page types that you can add to your playlist. We have a quiz element, survey element, presentation element, and text and media element. Now I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. So the first one, the text and media, this is where you can add content, so text, you can add images, and this is where you can add your resources and attach your PowerPoint presentations, your PDFs, your Word documents to the pages. Now, once again, similar to the YouTube and the websites, if you want to select any of these page types, you just click and drag it into your playlists. Now, what you'll notice with these page types here, that there's a grayed area. Now, that is where the image would be added, would be attached. And then the white with the lines, that is where the content, the text would be added. Okay, so if I add this one as an example, the second option, I'm going to drag it into my playlist. That's been added. Now, in order to edit and add content to this page, I would then need to click on the pencil of that page, which will open up this window. This will allow me now to add the content, so give me a title for the page, to add the content, to change the media, the image that would sit inside of the page, and also at the bottom to add the attachments that you would like to include to this page. Now you can also at the bottom change the template of this page. So if you feel actually the image doesn't quite suit being on the left hand side, or you want to have a larger image or a smaller image, then you can obviously change the template here. So I'm just going to give it a easy title, title 1, and then the content to be dot. Now, if you wanted to change the media and add an image to the page, I would click on the first option. So it says choose a file, and I'm going to search for a file from this device, from the laptop. Image here then. Now, this is where, like I mentioned, to save me having to search and browse through my laptop to find the resources, it's important that you get the content, the images, the resources ready to be added to the page type. And there we are. Now, if I wanted to add a resource, click on resource, choose file from file. Now, it gives me an option once you've added the content, the images, the resources to this page. It gives me an option to either save and close or save and preview. So I'm going to click save and preview, and it'll give me a preview of what that page looks like. So as you can see, this is the image, the title, the content, and the resource. Now, as you can see with this image, I can't quite see the e-sgol logo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this tab down. And as you can see on this image, I can move where the focal point is going to be. So I'm going to move it to that point there. Click save and preview. And now I can see the image. It's clearly now on the media area. Once you're happy with the page, then I would then click save and close. With the Carlam learning resources, like I mentioned in our initial meetings, what we're looking for is a kind of a walkthrough which allows the pupils to view and watch a bite-sized video or view the teacher explaining how to answer or to go through certain questions within the upcoming examinations. Now, with the text and media page types, the last option will allow you to add a video that will sit underneath the text. So if I drag this video in now, I'm going to drag it in and add it to my playlist and then click the pencil to edit this page. I'm going to, first of all, give it a title, add some text. And then when it comes to adding the media, this is where I would then add my video. And again, this is where it's important that you have your content ready on your laptop, ready to be added to the actual page. Now, to add a video, we would click on the second option. So I'm going to click choose a video file. And I'm gonna, these are my videos. So I'm gonna double click on this video. Depending on the size of the video, it may take a little bit of time to upload. Yeah, it's just going to take a few moments to process. And then what you can also do then is, once again, you can attach a resource, a PowerPoint, Word document, PDF, maybe a resource or a task that would sit alongside the video that you've completed. You can also add a cover for the video. So if you do want to, as you can see, it automatically picks up a still, an image from the video, but you can add your own cover to that video. So that's been uploaded. I'm going to just quickly add a resource to go with the actual video. And then I'm going to click save and preview to see what I've actually created. And as you can see now, we've got the title, we've got the content, we've got the resource that sits alongside the video. And then this then allows the student to click play to watch the video. Good. So once you're happy with that page, you click the close button, and if you ever want to or need to edit or update the page, add more content, more resources, then you can do before you click save and close. So what we've got so far on this playlist, we have a website, we have a YouTube clip, we have a static text page, and we have a video page. Now, at any point, you can click on the preview button located on the right-hand side of the page, which will give you a sneak peek preview of what the resource looks like. And then if I click on the arrow button here, I can scroll from one page to the next. Okay, so moving on to the next section and the different types of pages you can add to your playlist, we have the presentation area. Now, I'm not going to go through each individual page type here. As you can see, if I hover over these page types, there's an information button that appears. If I click on the I button, then it gives you some information about what that page type is and how to add the content and the resources and the images to those page types. Okay, however, I'll quickly run through the slideshow option. So if I wanted to add the slideshow to my playlist, again, I would just drag it into the actual playlist and then click on the pencil then to edit and to add content. Quickly add a title, add some text, and then with the slideshow, you can add a series of images with some text alongside the image. So the first thing that you would need to do is to add a cover. It's just an opening image and some content for the cover. Then you can start adding and building on your slideshow by adding images, additional images to the slideshow with a title and some content or maybe a descriptive sentence that sits alongside that image. You can add more than 2 images, well, 3 including the cover, by adding an extra slide to the slideshow. Once you've added the images, title and content to each slide, then you'd click Save and Preview, which will then obviously just showcase the work that you've created. And I know it's blank at the moment, but the image would be on the right hand side and the text would be on the left hand side. Once you're happy with the page, click Save and Close. Once you've closed that page, obviously you can go back to it and edit the page by clicking the pencil icon in order to edit any of the pages that you've added within your playlist. The final option I'm going to share with you is the quizzes. Now, you can add a quiz to the playlist, which will allow the students to complete a task at the end of the actual playlist if you choose to go down that route. Now, we're not saying that you have to use it, it's just an option for you to add to the playlist itself. Similar to the presentation page types, there's an information button associated to each page type, which gives you a summary of what and how to edit and to include this type of quiz into your playlist. Now, with the quizzes, what you can do is that you can allocate the correct answers, so it becomes a self-marking quiz, which the students can complete once they open the playlist. I'm not going to run through these now. If you do choose to add these, then I will be sharing some guidance and some resources that will guide you through how to add different types of quizzes and questions to your playlist. Alternatively, what you can do is include Microsoft Forms or maybe Kahoot or Quizlets and to input them, embed them into the playlist. And again, because of the self-marking nature of those pieces of software, then the students then, once they've had an idea and gone through the slides and listened to your bite-sized videos, then they can complete these quizzes or these questions in order to review or maybe just to test themselves in preparation for the examinations as a revision aid then. So that was a whistle-stop tour of playlists within Hub, and I hope that I've covered the majority of the elements that you need to consider when creating your playlists. Now, just be mindful that all the changes have been saved within your playlist. But like I mentioned previously, when you add and create new page types within your playlist, once you click that save and close button, then the whole playlist does save. Use that preview button to have a look at your playlist. And like I mentioned, to add new page types to your playlist, then use the options on the right hand side of the page. Now, I would say for what you need to create, so the Carlam learning resources, the majority of the slides that you probably will be using will be the text and media icons here, the page types. They would be sufficient, the use of those would be sufficient for the kind of Carlam learning resource that we're looking to publish on our website. Now, when it comes to sharing the playlist to us in e-sgol, next to the preview button, you've got the quick share button. So you would, once you finalize and you're happy with the playlist, click on quick share. And then you would copy this link, press copy, and then you would share that link to me via email, and then I would be able to see and go through your playlist. Now, if you have got any questions or any queries or something that you'd like to add to your playlist, I'm not sure quite how to do it, then please get in contact. Please email me, and I hope that everything runs as smoothly as possible. So like I mentioned in the initial meeting, make sure that you plan the learning resource in the first instance, then collate and create your content, and then build your playlist.